Deanna Chapman. Deanna Mary Chapman was born on April 11, 1991 in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. She was born into a family of 7 sisters and 2 brothers. She was the youngest of them all. They lived on a small farm in Tipton, Iowa, raising dairy cattle, horses, rabbits, dogs, and cats. This is where she first found her love of animals. She was always finding excuses to go outside and be with her dad and do chores and play with the kittens. She was also very involved at local shows and the county fairs. At the age of 6, however, her family moved away from Tipton, Iowa for the first time. They also moved off the family farm, and it was the last time Deanna would ever live on a farm. She was not prepared for this transition, but thought she would make the best of it. She was always an optimistic. Instead of just giving up on agriculture, she stuck with it. When she became a teenager, she got highly involved with FFA and 4-H, both things she could do and show animals. Along with those 2 activities, while being in high school, Deanna was in sports, worked as a waitress at a local restaurant in town, and worked at a Wesley Woods camp and retreat center during the summer months. She always kept very busy, but never managed to slack on her social life. She had great friends, and she loved to go watch them compete in sports and any other activities. At the age of 17, when she was a junior at the Monticello High School, she met her first boyfriend. This is important to her because she learned a very valuable lesson. After dating for 2 years, she realized you should never depend on anyone else but yourself and to always stand up for what you believe in. This is something she's taught everyone till the day she left us. That same year, in May of 2010, she graduated high school. Her plans after that were to go to Iowa State University, enrolled as an agriculture communications student. Before she left for college that summer, she met 2 very important people in her life. Her best friend, myself, Hailee Bossard, and Logan Seagren, her husband. That summer, we met, and we were inseparable after that. We managed to stay connected throughout college, even when being in separate schools, and also living in the same state after college. Logan was 2 years younger than her, so he was still in high school. Fortunately, by the time he graduated high school and began college, his program was a 2-year program at Kirkwood Community College, where he majored in paramedic and firefighting science. This allowed the 2 of them to graduate from both colleges on time in spring of 2014. This is where they began the next chapter in their life. They picked up and moved to Seattle, Washington, where Deanna had always dreamed of living. There, she was a medical sales rep for Elanco Animal Health, where she went to local farms and sold products to the cattle and farmers. Logan was fortunate enough to get hired on at Seattle Grace Hospital as a paramedic and as the city firefighter. Their life was almost complete. Unfortunately, they were lacking one thing: a family and a ring. On October 19th, 2019, Logan asked the question, and you better believe she said yes. After a long engagement of 1.5 years, they got married and started a family right away. They had a son, their first son, Presley, and their second son after that was named Oakley. Fortunate for Deanna, she really loved the boys, but she wanted a girl also. She was a little apprehensive about having another child because she wasn't sure if she wanted that many. But lucky enough, the 3rd time was the charm. She had her 3rd daughter named Meredith May. Their family was complete. She was happy with what her life was going and did everything she could to make her family great. She was always optimistic. She gave her family everything she wanted and worked hard every day to make them happy. Unfortunately, a rather quick death came along, as many of us know. Deanna was out riding her horses, which she still had the love for, and she was on a mountain trail in Seattle where all of a sudden her horse got startled and she fell off. The ambulance says that the impact when she fell off the horse snapped her neck, but unfortunately, the rest of her was gone. She was dead instantly. It's a tough loss, but as Deanna would always say, it's not a time to mourn her death, but to celebrate the light she brought to this world. Deanna will always be remembered as the person who would always seek good in people and find the good in this life. She was always happy and would love to share her laughter and smiles with anyone she knew. She will be a great person and will be missed very greatly.